My name's Nate Boley, and 20 years ago, strength training changed the course of my life. I built a gym here in Bend, Oregon from scratch that's helped over 1,500 people change their lives as well through strength training. If you want to change your life, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com, hit the Start My Journey button, and let's chat. All right, guys, we'll see you there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. I am your host, Nate Boley, owner of Strength Warehouse. And today, I want to welcome you to our episode. I'm super excited to go into this. And as we prepare for 2025, we're super excited to take you guys behind the scenes as Strength Warehouse and show you how we intentionally plan out the year for our gym, our programming, our events, and how we operate the business. This is what really sets us apart from other gyms, is how deliberate we are about everything we do. Whether it's creating effective programs, planning community events, or fostering staff development. So how do we make this happen? Let's dive in. All right, guys, so at the start of each year, well, I should say starting November, December, we really start to sit down and review and refine what we call our annual planning template. This template really lays out Megan and I are the owners of Strength Warehouse, personal and professional goals we want to achieve. Major events like powerlifting meets, holiday parties, and everything in between that, whether it's specialty programs, what our programming looks like, whether we're going to have staff events, holiday parties, or membership parties, all the different type of stuff, bring a friend events, all these different types of stuff. We really dive deep into those. We update our programming and enhancements for our clients. We really look at the client journey. We look at what intentionally our clients are needing and wanting, and we set out the programming. We also take micro steps in this as well. So we also look at the programming and what our clients are needing right now to get them to their goals that they want right now each month. But we take a big look at this over the year as well. So at the end of the year, we look at, in this next meeting, or next staff meeting that we have, we go over the programming as a whole and what our gym gave to our clients for results. Did it work? Did our plan work? Did we change it halfway through? What was going on? Did our clientele base change during the year? What are the people wanting now? And how can we get them wins currently right now? And then we also make sure that we can get them their goals going forward, right? This is basically our roadmap to success, and it keeps us aligned with our vision in the gym. So we go over our vivid vision, which I created 3 years ago now, or 2.5 years ago now. It ends in the later part of 2025. The vivid vision was basically a document that I created with Megan. Where does the gym going to go? Where do we want it to be in 3 years from now? What do we want it to do? What do we want it to look like? And we map out our years based on this vivid vision. So during 2025, Megan and I will be looking at the vivid vision again for the end of 2025 into 2028. And man, this just has been such a golden nugget for us, because we can literally use this as a filter, being like, this is what we want it to look like. These are how we make our decisions and everything like that. It's super awesome. I love it. I'm so glad that it got introduced to me a couple years ago. And it's been literally, when I have a hard decision, I go back to the vivid vision and I look at it and I go, does this decision, yes or no, align with what we want it to align with? The next step we do is we collaborate with our team. So it's not just good enough if Megan and I have this vision and we have these values and we have this mission and we have this goal. We share it with our team. We make sure the team's backed behind us. We also ask them how they see themselves contributing to this gym's plan. We also ask, what are their personal and professional goals for the year? What opportunities would they like to grow and develop themselves and the gym itself? These conversations really help ensure our team feels empowered and they're invested in the gym. They're invested in our clients. I've never worked for any place that did that. I mean, I worked for a lot of different places, I did a lot of different places for a lot of time. Like I was one of those people that worked for a specific company for 5+ years. I think the smallest amount of time I ever worked for somebody was a year. I got fired. It was a gas station job, easiest job ever, but I got fired. And if you guys want to know that story, hit me up, email me, I'll tell you the story. But that's the shortest amount of time I've ever worked for anybody. I worked for most places was 3 to 5 years, longest place being 10 years, which is my last career job at Subaru of Bend. Love those guys. If you guys want a Subaru, come hit me up. If you're in the area, I'll hook you up. Small pitch there. But anyway, we want to make sure our staff are bought into what they're doing every single day, and that never happened at any job I ever did. They just said, here's the goal for us. Here's the revenue goals that we want for the month, for the year. Go out and do it for us. And Megan and I looked at that and we're like, no, we don't want to do the norm. We want something different. We want to make sure our staff are bought in. We want to make sure our staff are fulfilled every single day, because that only translates to better results for our clients. And that's exactly what we want. That's exactly why we opened this gym. And that's exactly why we became the best gym in 2024, runner-up in 2023. And I'm guessing we're going to be in that same position in 2025, just because the intentful position that we take, right? So we set up an all hands on deck meeting. Well, first of all, we meet with individuals and we really just say, hey, what's the big picture? Here's our game plan. How do you fit into this? Here's how to come into this all staff meeting, which is happening next month. We're preemptively doing that this month in November. December, we do an all hands on deck and we go through this annual planning, and we make sure that everybody's on board and we know exactly what they want, and they know how to join this meeting as well, so they're very productive and they're not just sitting on the sidelines, right? We want to hear everybody's voice, and we want to make sure that everybody is working together, and we lay the groundwork so the gym isn't when you see the collegiate rowing team and everybody's rowing at the exact same time and the boat is just hauling butt. That's what our gym feels like at this time every single year and through the year. We don't want people being like, oh, this is over here, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden the boat's spinning in circles because one side of the boat is spinning really fast, the other side of the boat's spinning rowing really slowly. We want to make sure every single person on the team knows exactly what's going on. They're bought in, they're having a great time, they're reaching their goals, they're helping the boat move forward. The one thing that we do that keeps this thing organized and accountable is Megan and I, a couple of years ago, we created a spreadsheet. And this is to keep everything on track, right? So we use this custom spreadsheet. It's our command center. So every quarter, we look at it. It literally maps out all of our events, our programming, our updates, our milestones, and we can review this and be like, hey, we're coming off track. We need to get back on the track for what we set up for the year. Now, of course, there's different things that's going on and different clientele that come in, and our class offerings might change a little bit, all that type of stuff. So we have to have minor adjustments, but we know the course. One thing that was told to me a long time ago is, hey, if you're on the West Coast and you're trying to get to New York City, are you just going to jump in a car and start driving? Or are you going to, Google Maps it? Or are you going to, MapQuest it if you're old like me? You're going to get a map, even older than me, You need to have a way of knowing where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you might end up in Florida. You might end up in Virginia. You might end up in Canada. You don't know where you're going to go unless you know exactly where you're going to go. So we like to map out everything. This is what we're doing this quarter, this month, this day, this weekend. That really helps us not have to scramble to put things together, because we can intentfully say, hey, we've planned for this. We know a quarter in advance, 3 months in advance or more, that this is going to happen, and we're getting it ready to go. That's why all of our events go so well. And other places just don't do that. It's unfortunate, but we use this spreadsheet to say, hey, clients, this is what we're doing. Staff, this is what we're doing. Staff have availability to get on this spreadsheet. They can look at it up front. They know if there's any months that don't have anything going on in them. They can put a specialty program there if they want to, and all that type of stuff. So, this is super funny. And maybe it's not super funny, but how we run our gym literally parallels how we help our clients succeed. It's the framework we follow for both our business and our members. We meet with our members every quarter, and we make sure that they have a game plan. And we relook at our gym's annual plan every quarter. We make sure we're on track, and if we're not on track, we adjust. It's okay. There's no problem. It's okay to, derail every now and again and all that type of stuff. But if you don't have a plan, like I said, if you're trying to get to New York City and you're in Seattle, you may end up in, Florida. You may end up in Georgia. You don't know where you're going to go. And if you're doing that with your fitness, it's the same thing. If you go to the gym every single day and you just don't know what's going on and you're just doing the movements, you might end up in a place, in a physical physique, in a physical health position, in a strength position that you don't know, did you know you wanted to be in. For an example, I just signed up a guy today, and he's very much an endurance athlete. He does mountain biking, he does road biking, he does gravel racing. His main goal was he wanted power output to weight ratio. So he wanted to not gain a lot of weight, but he wanted very much to have more power output. Great, we can do that for you. But I don't know that's what you want unless you tell me, unless we go through these things, right? So it's like the guy who edits this podcast, Todd, from imagingvoice.com. He's a great editor. He makes me sound amazing. You guys don't really know what these podcasts sound like until Todd gets his magic fingers on it, and he basically can take anything that I've done and make it sound amazing. His main goal is to be a badass skier. And so we're cultivating his experience at Strength Warehouse to make sure that happens for him. We're doing upper body on Mondays because he wants to ski all week and he doesn't want to be lower body fatigued until Friday. Then we do Friday, we do lower body, where he's not going to go on the weekends because it's super busy at the mountain on the weekends and he doesn't want to be out there, right? So we're setting clear goals, we're executing the plan, and then we're measuring the wins and the progress. And then guess what? We repeat the process over again. We found a winning solution, and all you have to do is repeat the winning solution, but you also have to audit the solution or the program or the plan every now and again. So you have to go through and make, hey, is this actually working? Are we getting to the goals that we want to get to? No, that's okay. Let's adjust. If it is, great, keep on going. It sounds super simple, and it really is. The really challenging thing, and it's just with your fitness, just like your fitness, is sticking to the plan and having somebody that's going to help you stay accountable and stay consistent. And that's where it really pays off, is having coaches. Now, Megan and I, we've got coaches as well. I'm not going to sit here and say we know everything. We don't. We actually have coaches that help us through this as well. So as 2025 approaches, we're rolling out some pretty awesome offers for our members, friends, and family. Perfect holiday gifts when you're ready to ask one of your friends that, hey, strength training is for you, and Strength Warehouse is for you as well. So keep an eye out for those exciting perks for you guys. If you're not a member, that's okay. Now's the time to see why Strength Warehouse has been voted the best gym in Bend this 2024, runner-ups last year, and we're going to try and we're going to push really hard to make 2026 as well. Go check out our website, www.bendstrengthwarehouse.com. Hit us up on the socials, or you can just email us at info@bendstrengthwarehouse.com. We have some awesome Black Friday deals for you guys as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in to this amazing episode. Whether you're a member or just curious about what makes Strength Warehouse different, we're here to help you crush your goals. Let's make 2025 your best year. And just remember, you never know what you're capable of doing unless you actually try. I wish you guys the best. Happy holidays, and continue to smash it, all right? Talk to you on the next one. Thanks for joining us on the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast today. We hope you got a lot of value and had a ton of fun. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about what we do, or just have a ton of resources at your fingertips, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com and hit the Start My Journey button. All right, guys, until next time, Go heavy or go home.